right, man. What's good?
What's going on?
What's poppin', everybody?
We talking to everybody? We talking to each other?
Whoever's watching, whoever's here with us,
Yeah,
If you with us, you with us. If you not, you not.
Exactly.
that's funny. Man. But yeah. So, like I said, here to get these takes off outside of the group chat and whatnot.
Yeah.
Heard.
The many things that said between the three of us. Starting off with
Yaps out the chat.
the what?
I was saying yaps out the chat.
Yaps out the chat.
Yeah.
Starting with a hot topic of the year in the rap battle feud, whatever you want to frame it.
They call it, probably the biggest rap beef of all time.
I've been hearing that.
I
I've
mean-
been hearing that. You think that?
I don't know. Biggie and Pac was crazy. It's debatable though. I get why they saying that though, because they both are so high up in their career at this point, to the point where
How much of public figures they are
exactly
to the world.
Exactly. So, especially now, hip hop is more widely accepted.
Exactly.
Too, so it's more
Yeah.
mainstream.
Comparatively, it was a big thing in the 90s, but it was still
For black culture.
yeah. In a percentage demographic of consumers, just not pop culture, so to speak. It was
Right.
pop enough, but like
Yeah.
not the prevalent pop culture.
Exactly.
I think rock was still like rock music and whatnot was still kind of like the top of the whatever.
Rock was rocking.
Rock was rocking. So yeah, man, Kendrick versus Drake. Kendrick and Drake versus Kendrick, whatever. Months down the line, stuff still bubbling up from that.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all heard about Buddy?
No, what's that?
Some Somalian buddy from
Oh, you talking about the dude that got out of jail? and
But
he's
hey,
supposed to be, like,
yeah.
on
Top
that-
5.
dude.
Top 5, right? That's his name. That's
I
what
wasn't
they
even
call
gonna
him.
say it, but yeah, dude.
It's just for the people so they can know what we talking
Yeah,
about.
I ain't really feeding into that too much.
It was just funny.
Yeah. Hey,
Like, you was a grade A goofy. Like,
desperate times.
you like, come on, bro. Who cares?
I mean, I might be biased, but I feel like it was pretty one-sided.
I mean, what do you mean, like the battle we still talking about, buddy?
The battle.
Yeah. Just one thing on that is like, first of all, bro, this rap. Why are we doing the most about music? Like, you just got out of the gym, beat a murder, and you talking,
Wait, who beat the murder?
dude,
Oh, you talking about top 5 dudes?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
why we doing the most about rap? You want to box Metro 101, and then you insinuate you gonna do this, that, and the third. Like, come on, bro. And I think that's really been the issue with, if one of many issues, but a big issue within the whole thing, bro. It's just like, in my opinion, it's bigger. It's been more perceived to be more and acted on more than just like rap from Drake's side. Like, and this is prevalent beyond his feud with Drake. Or, I'm sorry, with Kendrick. It was the same thing with Pusha. It was the same thing with Meek. It's the same thing with anybody. It's like
You talking about the
just how he handle it and how he be taking shit, like
tearing families apart, so to
attempting
speak.
to.
Right, so to speak.
But not even that, just more so in how he take it, like how personally he take it.
Oh yeah, I was recently looking at some of those interviews. He had like his reaction to the Control verse, and it was just like,
Which one?
it was, I forget what
Elliot
show.
Wilson?
I think so.
It was like him in the crowd.
Yeah, he basically was saying like, I just seen him last week and it was all love. So like, why are you doing this? I'm like, you don't understand how rap worked. Then you don't understand how competition work. Like, he can get on the verse and say all that, but I mean, that's just, he didn't like really say anything disrespectful.
Yeah, and that's the funny thing about that particular time is like all like my man said was on that verse,
Mm-hmm.
I got literally verbatim. I got love for y'all, but I'm trying to murder you niggas. Trying to make sure your core fan base never heard of you niggas. Like, I'm trying to be better at y'all at rapping.
And he got his feelings hurt by that, which is crazy.
So why are we? Yeah, that's what I'm saying though. Like how just personal things are taken. I recall briefly the when he was talking to LeBron.
On that the shop.
Yeah, and like, what
Which
did he
part?
say?
He's talking
It
about
was
like when
it
he
was
got to go to
something
a dark
about
place.
it
or
was
something.
it was something it was in regards to 40
Oh right.
and
right,
like wishing death on my friend. It's like, bro, no one wished death on your man's. He just took a shot at the fact that your man's has an illness
Right.
because we just taking shots because this is what
Right.
we doing. This is what we doing. You taking shots about his I don't know, his criminal past and legitimacy of that. Like OVO 40 hunched over like he 80. Like like why are we so, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like I get feeling away cuz like even in our culture, we be heating. That's where
Yeah.
we come from.
You got to be able to take the shots, though.
Exactly.
That's just what come with the upbringing. And that's
You feel away about the shots, but it's like don't cry about the shots.
exactly.
If you in the game.
Exactly.
But
Shoot
Game's
back.
the game.
enough on that though. Of course, over flawless victory.
Man. Yeah. That's sweet. That's sweet.
A
Being
clean
on a
sweep.
dead carcass, man.
What
But-
you say?
He beat him at like four different styles. You know what I mean? Like
You say he whooped them every which way.
every which way, man. And then what was the last one? Was it the last one Drake dropped was the Heart Part 6? Delete that.
He did though.
Rightfully so.
He wiped it from
Rightfully so.
it might still be on YouTube, but he
Yeah.
definitely got rid of all of anything
His
related
official-
to it.
yeah.
To I don't know about official, but on his Instagram, he definitely deleted that stuff. So
Yeah, it was a lot of contradiction going on in that song.
I mean, that's
He's scrambling at that point though.
but he true to the brand in that sense.
Whatever that is.
What, the brand?
Yeah.
Contradiction. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, what what about you, bro?
Wait, what you mean? What about me?
I mean, we just talking about the beef overall, general thoughts. So, initially.
General, I don't know, man. I feel like for me, it wasn't really like a beef. I ain't look at it like that. I looked at it like it was more so a mission for Kendrick, but for Drake, it was more so just like a lesson, if you will. So that's to his point. He definitely, did his part, if you will. He did his job. So it's just a matter of like how you take it, like. And I feel like I don't think he took it well. Just like a lot of people will, a lot of fans of his probably didn't take it well that, seeing their favorite artist in this light
Yeah.
after so many years of reign in the industry, in the game, it's kind of like, oh, that guy's trouble.
He's not invincible. No.
That's funny.
Right, he's not invincible no more. He can
Speaking of,
Swiss cheese.
what y'all think about, I guess, all the indirect hate for Kendrick because of the Super Bowl ordeal? I feel like a lot of it is Drake fans finding another reason to be mad at Kendrick.
I think it's to that point representative of what it's been what this whole thing has kind of revealed, in that Kendrick kind of said it best. What I'm learning is niggas don't like the West Coast, and specifically him. Like niggas don't fuck with him. Like people
Said he was
don't.
fine with it.
People don't really rock with dude like that.
Yeah.
In terms of, because even if we look at like who had what to say, it was all like certain individuals with certain issues about certain people. So I think Nicki Minaj was like the first
Yeah.
to publicly take a stance regarding the whole thing, and it's like, okay, you got an issue with Jay-Z, like
Yeah.
it is known.
Yeah.
So you speaking on that. Birdman, you also have an issue with Jay-Z, it is known. Cameron, you've previously had issues with Jay-Z, it is known. Like
Drake got issues with Jay-Z.
Drake got issues with Jay-Z, but Drake didn't. As far as I know, he didn't say anything in regards to that, right?
No, he ain't come out and said nothing.
Yeah. And then what was said was also just kind of silly, like from whomever. So it's like
They ain't really say nothing.
It's more so just. I think it's more so. I think that. Again, what was it? They said like 2013 they had the Super Bowl in New Orleans. That was.
I mean, it's been several.
That's been
that was
several.
peak-
That's what I was finna say.
That was like peak Wayne, and that's when the uproar should have happened. I seen clips from his more recent.
It's not a lot of rappers perform the Super Bowl though.
That's fair.
It's not.
not
fair.
just
But that's a
solo
new thing,
dolo,
though.
but
The rappers perform exactly.
Yeah, that's a new thing.
My point.
Yeah, that's fair.
So like,
but I really think it's just a bunch of hoopla for real. I don't
Of
think
course it
nobody
is.
really, because ain't nobody directing it at Kendrick per se, but they
but
also
they is though.
They is.
Specifically,
ain't,
all right. So
like,
look,
in the way they position it and like use the certain language, they not saying it's about Kendrick.
but Nicki said, what she say? She said something like, or she tweeted something like, she said something along the lines of like, y'all always gonna do what the puppet master wants you to do, or something like that. And it's like who's she talking about? You know what I'm saying? That was directed in relation to him. Like who else she talking about in regards to the thing that we talking about? Because her issue is with Jay-Z, but like essentially what she's saying is like Kendrick playing his role in doing whatever he always say to do. And I feel like it's honestly the same issue she got with Megan. Like niggas just got issues with the man, and so you tied to him. And it's even deeper. Like that's like, cause that's like, if I'm not mistaken, like that's some stuff between like her and Meek Mill, and like Jay-Z's tied to Meek Mill and how he didn't helped him, and again going back to their whatever issues that they have. But this is all like, cause ain't nobody really spoke on this but Nicki.
Right.
So, you know. But that goes back to what I was saying. It's just kind of it reflects to me like the uproar and the to be mad about it is to be mad about it, like to try to prop another nigga up while essentially like downing another nigga in his opportunity that he's getting. Like, that's some hating shit to me. But, like, why are we doing that? And so, you saying in the verbiage, it ain't really directed towards Kendrick directly, but I feel like it can't be nothing but that. Like, how you mad at the biggest rapper in the world right now as rappers and, like, people part of rap culture? You know what I'm saying?
Well, what's y'all thoughts on Wayne response video?
He ain't need to do that.
What you think, Steelo? 4 thumbs down.
That was an accident. I wasn't gonna call it a mistake, but it was an accident.
Yeah.
That wasn't really. I don't think that was really like a Wayne move. I think that was just something to really get the fans, get the people going, if you will.
Yeah, somebody pushed him toward it. It felt forced.
That don't really seem like natural to something that I've seen, like I would know for him to do.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I agree.
I disagree.
And that's what I'm saying.
Cause Wayne is known to just like do weird, fly off the handle like public statements.
Yeah, like on Twitter though, but not like a video.
Nah, I'm a gangster. You know what I'm saying? Y'all remember that? He was in like some interview. I forgot who he was talking to, but like he's known to say like just random outlandish things. It's just like you didn't need to say that. Like
Yeah,
he
but
had said something about
they had the camera set up. This was like premeditated. As opposed to like somebody having a camera out and him saying something crazy. Like, yeah, that's one thing. But he sat down and premeditated said these thoughts.
Still random.
It's still random nonetheless.
And
I look.
I just felt like it was unnecessary.
I give y'all that bro be saying loose stuff, and he has said loose stuff all over the
Like
years.
racism don't.
But
That type of, you know.
That's
yeah,
foolishness, though.
That's what I'm saying. That
For
was
sure.
foolishness to me. Well, slightly. Like,
Well, that was
but
how he feels about the situation.
and I ain't mad at that. It's like, you entitled to feel how you want to
Yeah,
feel.
right.
You know what I'm saying?
But
But
look,
it's just like, we didn't need that though. You didn't need to do that.
I can't give him that specifically because of all that loose stuff that y'all just addressed over the years. He has probably participated and indulged or whatever, but just the same point we was making earlier, the Super Bowl been going for New Orleans. You feel me? So he's had plenty of chances to gripe about it in the midst of all these years before Kendrick was whooping. So
I mean, before the gripes, to your point, it was hopes. It was him publicly speaking on his want to play the Super Bowl over the years. Like it's a clip I saw of him specifically talking about him knowing that the Super Bowl was going to be in New Orleans in 2025 and hoping that his name would be in the running and all this other stuff. So like, you know, it's just
it was an odd time to be loud about that.
it was an odd time to be loud about it in a negative sense.
Right.
About your disappointments.
That's what I'm
and that's
saying.
what and that goes back to what I was saying about niggas. I feel like niggas is hating, bro.
Yeah, I was gonna say if that was Bruno Mars they chose or somebody else,
Anybody else
it
over
wouldn't
the years,
it wouldn't be an uproar.
It would
Honestly,
be like
even
'cause
if
then
they
it'd be
chose
a rap
another rapper,
conversation.
even if they chose another rapper, I feel like it was. I think it was because they chose Kendrick
Nah,
specifically. though.
if they'd have chosen another rapper, it'd have been nuts. Cause
But who else could they have chose besides like Drake, who also is linked to Wayne?
It'd have been like
Jake,
it'd have been more
J.
than
Cole.
it'd have been more than the people that had something to say, having something to say about it at that point.
yeah.
what y'all think about the claims, or I don't want to say allegations because that's crazy, but Drake was supposedly turning that down, the Super Bowl opportunities.
Elliot Wilson said it's facts,
So
cause he in with Jay-Z title and all that.
you
And
think
he had to verify for himself.
y'all think Wayne should have more of an issue with Drake or Wayne in that instance? Because you turned it down. You probably could have been in New Orleans.
I don't think Wayne really got an issue with Kendrick though. To be clear, I think he just
No,
Yeah,
for sure.
he don't.
I think he just, he said he
But I'm
like
saying-
I'm disappointed, and I got to do better.
I'm saying, like, of people to be upset about it with, it should have been him, right?
You think Wayne has the right to be upset at Drake?
Yeah, for turning it down, because that could have been his opportunity to put him up there.
Yeah, but that's a you right.
If he,
I do.
I'm just saying, if he gonna have a reason to, if he gonna have somebody to be
No,
mad at.
I agree.
I get what you're saying.
And to that point, and it's kind of reflective of the battle as a whole, is like that's a cultural like opportunity and moment.
Mm-hmm.
Bro ain't with the culture like that. Or at least that's what's been reflected in like that's the criticism that's been made in this whole back and forth.
Well,
That's a cultural like
You think
Did he turn down this Super Bowl
no.
specifically?
I
He's
don't know.
he's apparently turned down like 2.
Well, yeah, but that's different though. I think Wayne's issue is that he wanted to do the Super Bowl in New Orleans, So if he turned it down to
Nah,
New Orleans,
Wayne want to do the Super Bowl.
regardless,
That's what I'm saying.
That's been his thing for years.
oh well, then that's different. That's a different conversation. But
And it's like
and
in
then-
that, because whoever performs at the Super Bowl oftentimes brings out other people. We've seen
Right.
it
That-
numerous times.
And that's what I'm saying. You think he was trying to not face the fact that he was conniving?
Not
And that's
face
why he turned it down. Because he knew he's going to have to acknowledge he was conniving. Face them facts.
I don't know, because part of me is like, yes, Wayne put him on, and
You don't think he owed him a little song or two?
I would, because that's how I'm built. But I don't. But like, I
It
don't
would
think
be
he
crazy
is in.
if he didn't do that.
You don't think he indebted to continually
Like to
prop them up?
specifically accept a Super Bowl performance just to bring on Wayne.
No, not necessarily.
that's-
But I mean, why would you turn it down?
Because it's not something that he's interested in. He's not interested in the. He's not interested in the elevation of like hip hop culture on that level within that platform. Like, you know how big that would have been for Drake to like
Yeah.
a whole hip hop set oriented around the platforming and propping up
Yeah.
a bunch of the hip hop acts that he's associated with, the hip hop act that
So you
that
saying-
put him in position.
So you saying that wasn't a true move? That wouldn't have been a move that would have been. That was true to what he was doing.
Yeah,
How he been coming all the years.
like since like 2013
Yeah.
or so. Yeah, for sure. And in that, like, to your point, yeah, I mean, maybe Wayne should have a problem with Drake, but I mean, that's neither here nor there for whatever. Like, when the last time Drake and Wayne did anything?
Beats me.
That's a good question.
Because I'm not super tapped in on the Drake catalog and output, but like of recent years, I haven't heard. You know what I mean?
And I've listened to Wayne. I think his most recent album. What was it that I had the red and black on the cover. It wasn't no. That's the one that had Kendrick on it actually.
With the Mona Lisa?
Yeah.
Was that Carter?
Was that Carter 5?
Was that Carter 5?
Is that? I think that's. Well, no, he got some stuff that came out after that, but I didn't hear Drake on that either. So yeah, I don't think they really been making music. Oh, they had that Seeing Green with Nicki Minaj.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was pretty good actually.
Yeah, it was a great song.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know, and that's also something to the point you're making about like who Wayne has more of a reason to be upset with, I guess, is like more or tied back to the feud in a nutshell of like why this thing happened in the way that it did. Because when we examine the build up, the lead in, when we examine these two artists, like they both had relationships with Wayne in their own right years ago in their start.
Mm-hmm.
Like Kendrick being part of TDE, J-Rock Hype Man was in the studio and in the midst of that whole camp. And you know what I'm saying? But his relationship with them and his upbringing was more of the lines of like your typical hip hop rap artist who's building his fandom up from the underground onward.
Mm-hmm.
Where which in comparison, Drake was definitely working hard and building 06, 07 with the comeback season, Room for Improvements and all of that and the singles. But like the reason Drake is a large part of the reason why Drake is who Drake is because Drake was put into position and platformed by the biggest rapper at that time.
Handed the keys.
And that can't be like dismissed or like thought as like small. Like
Yeah.
we talking about 08, 09 Wayne. Like the rapper.
Yeah, but to on the contrary, at the same time, you got to be able to maintain. Like they also had other people that they was promoting that they fizzled
Oh
right
yeah,
out.
yeah, and that's absolutely not to take away from.
yeah,
That's what I'm saying. Like he definitely worked hard,
yeah.
but Drake also could have been Wale in that position. You don't think if Wale was put in that place, in terms of the types of things that they do outside of, because Wale don't sing or whatever, but like,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Drake could have.
I think it's because we talking about Wale specifically. I'm over here like,
I'm only speaking to that because of the content. Like they talk about a lot of
yeah,
similar
I get
stuff.
what you're saying. Yeah, the type, like, I get what you're saying. The type of
Or
artist.
if by similar comparison, if that was Cole who signed to Young Money,
Right.
you know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
I get what you're saying. Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's like with so to bring it back, like the space that they occupy now is the space that they've always occupied. It's like
Right.
he's had the opportunities to, take advantage of and excel and propel himself or others within the culture, and like that's how it's happened for Drake, and Kendrick has, slowly built up
Yeah.
within the same proximity, but slowly had to build up what he's amassed, and you know what I'm saying, and in that every creative expression is like something intentionally for the betterment of not just himself, but like in representation of like those, like what came before him.
Right.
So even in this battle, it's like, okay, it's a rap battle. We rapping. I'm not finna make hit songs. This is not what I'm on.
Well, that's what he did.
I'm getting on here with verses. Y'all made first person shooter. Y'all was having a lot of fun with that. I'm finna get on this Future song and bar y'all niggas to
That was
death.
crazy timing.
You know what I'm saying?
The timing was crazy.
I'm finna go crazy on the verse.
To speak on that same topic, Future, 3 in 1 year.
I mean, that's regular.
Regular.
But they say this like he like the first artist now to
3 number ones or something like that, or 3
Yeah.
top 10s
it was 3 top 10s in 1
in a
year.
year or something like that. I mean, that's just. But you gotta.
He been doing that on the streets for years.
Yeah.
Facts.
But also, like, the standards for achieving those sorts of things, because it's all based off streaming,
Right.
which is like, music's so convenient these days. So like, it for someone like Future, to your point, who been doing it from the streets these days, like the streets is in your phone now. So it's like everybody just pull up their app and get the streaming. That's gonna happen. It's easy. It ain't like,
Well,
it's different than selling 500,000 copies.
I would have thought that would have been something Drake did by now though. But he ain't dropped 3 times in 1 year.
He don't
to
do.
have-
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. He ain't got that type of output like that.
Yeah. Maybe 2.
He tried. It was influenced and tried to up his output. I heard that he contractually like is required to drop like twice a year.
Yeah, somebody had brought it to my attention that like he really been rapping like he owe people money, and it's like we ain't asking for all of this.
$400 million deal apparently, and they own his everything, like his whole likeness. Like he can't even do interviews and stuff like that unless.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's why he been like. That's
Still
why he been dropping like
This garbage.
100 gigs and like the website and the content, the music, and then that get flagged by like the label when they gotta like re-release it depending on the reaction to whatever. Like that's really what's been going on. I think I don't know, but enough about all that. Like Future do what Future do.
Future. What would you rank them?
What we talking about?
Those 3 albums.
I think the first one's the strongest.
I don't know. I really be conflicted. Because that first one was really good, but the second one was real good too. That We Still Don't Trust You. But they 2 different vibes, you know?
So my problem with Future, and which has been my issue with Future over the last, like, I'm gonna say since Wizard, is his like how cohesive the entirety of the works are. Because like since after Wizard, I feel like in so many words, like he could just trim the fat on a lot of his output.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
And so to that point, We Don't Trust You is the most cohesive. It's the one with the most songs that I actually return to in its entirety. Like,
Yeah.
because half of We Still Don't Trust You is like I'm like not playing that.
Like what? Well, that's true. I do got some songs like that.
I'll pull it up because I
Yeah.
don't remember nothing by name. But like, yeah, like half of We Still Don't Trust You, I don't listen to.
Yeah, that might actually be true. Hey, I think what the issue with the ones that I do like on We Still Don't Trust You, I feel like they just hold a lot more weight. If that makes sense.
He definitely
like
got
they really some bangers, but like
definitely got some like
the ones I don't like, I just don't
bangers.
like them. Yeah. You know what I'm
So
saying?
it's really the first like 2/3 of the album. Like half of those songs, I do not listen to.
And you threw a lot of numbers at
The
me.
first 2/3. So basically,
Yeah,
You threw a lot of numbers at me.
that's kind of crazy, bro.
You
basically,
don't like the first 2/3 of the album.
basically,
It's like-
before the point where he it's not. I'm not saying I don't like it. I just don't listen to it. Like I don't
But I'm
return to none of that
saying-
stuff.
You should probably listen to it again.
Bruh.
I could, but this isn't, bro. Like, come on now, listen. Is this better than Hendrix?
No. But I mean, I feel like Hendrix is better than a lot of albums.
Cause in the lane and in the vibe of which this is getting,
Yeah. I
like
get what you're
before the intro with Charlemagne and all that, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I'm talking about everything because I love all that.
saying. Right.
That tail back end is great,
Yeah.
but like that section where it's all like future Hendrix Vandross, you know what I'm saying? Like all of that is like half of that is like mid at best.
That's crazy. Crazy take.
Not really, bro.
Mid? It's
To
crazy.
to the standard for which he's like able to execute.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It has very little retention to me. Like some of it does and some of it doesn't.
Let me look at this track
I think
list.
more of it does than it doesn't, bro. I think you might
Yeah.
just have to revisit them.
Yeah, man.
I ain't gonna lie.
Drinking Dance is great.
Yeah.
We Still Don't Trust You is pretty good.
Out of my hands.
I don't recall what that sounds like.
Don't you know? Don't you? This life is amazing, special occasion. We smoke niggas like packs.
Yeah, man.
I don't know.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's cool.
Love bad bitches.
Probably cool.
That's crazy.
I think Love Bad Bitches is mid.
I ain't got
Alright.
nothing for you for that
It's
one.
cool though.
That's mid.
Yeah. Just cause I don't know, the brownstone flip be, you know, we done did that already. We doing it again.
It's a good song.
It's cool. It's cool. I'm not saying it's bad.
Right.
I'm just saying it ain't
Okay, well, what
it
would
ain't
you,
potent.
What would you say is one of the better songs you consider on the album,
You mean of that section?
or in general on the album? I'm just trying to see where your taste buds is at, I guess.
All to Myself.
That's what I was finna
Drinking
say.
Dance. Came to the Party.
Nice like this.
Nice like this.
Nice Like This is also
Oh, I'm
great.
saying.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what I'm saying.
Nice Like This is like probably one of the best on there.
Yeah.
I agree. It might be
Them four.
the best.
Yeah, them four. Cause like, all right, so for instance, with Red Leather, you
You could say amazing too.
know what I'm saying? Good song,
Listen to
right?
Interlude.
Decent beat. But like that joint like 6 minutes.
I agree on that. And well,
And it's to the point that I'm making about the fat needing to be trimmed. Like a lot of them songs is too long.
but to be fair, I think they added J. Cole last minute. You know,
All the same, bro. Even the
they
stuff
could have left
without
him off of it.
even the stuff without guests, it's like Future still he an old school nigga. He still 3 verses on the song type shit. Like
right.
and it don't be
that song
need to
could have
be-
been shorter.
Yeah, bro, it
but
don't
it's a
need to
good
be
song.
that all the time.
You know what's crazy though? To your point, I don't know if you peep, but in mixtape Pluto, I feel like he damn near took your advice type shit. Cause all them songs
Are shorter.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's a straight like two. It's a few of them that's like 2 minutes. Like it breezed right through. Like the second half, just
So like for the
Yeah,
weed
yeah,
heads,
yeah.
so like if uh if we don't trust you is I don't know some exotic, and we still don't trust you is another type of
Big
exotic.
za.
This mixtape Pluto is OG Kush. It's decent.
I would agree.
It's solid.
It's
Some old reliable.
Some
I
old
so
reliable.
my first take on it, like when I first listened to it, I was like, oh, okay, this is like I throw this shit on when I'm getting ready to go out, or I'm pre-gaming or some shit like that. But like, I feel like the other two was still better.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, like
So back to your question about ranking.
background music.
We don't trust you. We still don't trust you. And then this. That's number
I
3.
think we all agree that this one is the newest one is last.
Yeah.
Sterl disagrees. He fucking with it heavy.
It ain't even that. It's just I still put We Don't Trust You last. We still don't trust you last.
Oh.
Cause as far as the quality of rapping that he doing on them things, on them projects, the first one for sure.
Yeah,
But
for
that's
sure.
but the mixtape Pluto is much better. Like
You saying he rapping better on this one?
yeah,
I'm gonna give it a spin again. It's still early on. I gotta
it's
digest
like,
these things. So I ain't saying you wrong, cause I definitely heard some heat on there.
The ones that's being propped up and promoted ain't even the ones to me.
that's all that
That's
come
usually how it
down
go.
to. You just got to listen to it all the way through and just go through all.
Cause Too
of 'em.
Fast is not it. It's cool,
Like
but it's still. I don't know.
I
When
think I don't
when
know.
it dropped, it was like the one that they was playing on the radio, and it had a video.
Let me see if this is what I'm thinking it is.
Too Fast. It's like I can't
No,
readily
Too Fast.
recall.
No, I remember Too Fast. Too Fast. I fuck with it.
I do too. I'm not saying that.
Oh,
Like
you
I
said
said,
it be overhyped. Okay.
exactly. It's just not the one.
Okay.
Cause the ones is La Demon.
Yeah, that's
The one
yeah.
is Plutoski. Is
mm,
yeah, is
Oh yeah, he was going stupid on there. He was. Going
Ace
stupid.
Gang. What's another one?
no, that oath and that made my whole faint.
Ace Gang.
Timeless
Yeah.
classics.
It's a lot of. It's just
I
a
really
lot
rock
of
with that
different
South
ones
of
that's
France
better
though.
on there.
That South of France that beat is ridiculous.
What is it called?
South of France.
Oh, that's another one.
That's my
I'm gonna
one
have to tap
right
back
there.
in.
Yeah,
That's
he really
my
gave. He really dropped 3 different vibes though, with his albums.
South of France, Surfing the Tsunami.
That is to your point of cohesion. Too
Lost
on the
My
other
Dog.
one, this one a little cohesive. I ain't gonna lie.
Low key, this is more cohesive than We Don't Trust You.
Yeah,
But We Don't Trust You to me has like stronger songs.
yeah. I give you that. 100. It's and it like it's making more of a statement on that one. I ain't gonna lie. All the songs, the quality of rapping, all that is making more of a statement on that than mixtape Pluto. At least to me, when it comes to like what I feel like he was trying to do.
You saying on We Don't Trust You?
Yeah,
I mean, and I think you could attribute a lot of that to what Metro
that's what I was gonna say.
was
too.
doing with
Yeah.
Snippets.
the production and the audio, but the sound bites of
Yeah.
from Prodigy. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
basically verbalizing the difference between what is authentic in a nigga like Future or people like Future. Side note, I recently was like watching some content where niggas was trying to like some I forgot who specifically, but they were trying to make the point that like Future wasn't like really living his raps and all this other stuff, or like ain't really true to like what he puts out there.
Man.
And I'm just like, this is funny to me because like the point, particularly the point that was made was like because his cousin was Rico Wade, who is 1/3 of Organized Noise, founder of the Dungeon Family, and like the people that basically discovered and produced Outkast.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, okay, your cousin could be whoever. It don't matter.
Don't make you nothing.
That don't make
Might be a resource for you, but you gotta make your own name.
And I mean, it also just kind of goes to show how people be kind of jumping out the window. Because if I'm not mistaken, Future wouldn't meet Rico Wade to know that it was his cousin until like he was like well into his like late teens, maybe early 20s, and he was, you know, in the streets of Atlanta doing whatever he was doing.
Was who he was.
Exactly. So
Being meathead.
but
Meathead.
yeah, man, Future, you know, that's Future, man. That's number 2 to me. You know, me and Sterl had a conversation.
Top 2 rappers. Yeah, I would agree.
I can't even lie. What you finna say? Don't go
We
ahead.
had a conversation earlier this year. In the midst of all this, I think, or maybe even prior to when it all kicked off, but we was having a discussion about the whole like top 5 or like top rappers.
I think we was discussing that too.
Yeah, and so with that, like, first of all, it's never really been the big 3 to me. But like in that, the people who they talk about definitely wasn't in that. Outside of Kendrick,
You talking about J. Cole and Drake?
because I have my. Because to me, it's about success and influence.
And impact.
Success, influence, and impact. This might be controversial, but like in terms of a big 3, it was like the most successful and impactful and influential. Kendrick at number 1, Future at number 2, and then Kevin Gates at number 3.
Kevin Gates.
I know.
You're gonna have to break
But
this
we
down.
got
Brother.
Break this down,
Break this
bro.
shit down.
I mean, to your NBA young boys, your Raw Waves, your Finesse 2 Times, your Moneybag Yos.
He did have his run.
In terms of success,
He did.
and that which he's impacted and influenced, and to a third category, because we got success, we got impact, influence, and then we also have like creative output.
Mm-hmm.
I know, you know, it's not. I feel like, particularly in Chicago, people don't listen to a lot of Gates, but like, if you delve into that catalog, like, bruh is a great rapper, great songwriter.
What you say, J.E.? Not about what he just. I mean, you could say that too, but what you say about his
His top 3.
No, what you say for your big top 3?
And I got 4 and 5 too. That's Thug and then Keith.
Well, I'm thinking about his criteria. I can't argue with it based off his criteria.
Okay.
But
I mean, you got to argue. You just say yours.
Yeah, but not using his criteria. I'm just, in my head, you know, I got Kendrick. I got Future. I still got Cole in now. You said 4 and 5. That's where it gets sticky.
It do. Because personally,
I would say Thug.
yeah,
I would say Thug.
it does get sticky because personally, it's interchangeable oftentimes. I wouldn't even put Keith, but like it's just kind of undeniable, the impact and influence.
Over what time period are we talking, though?
The last like 10 years or so, 5 to 10 years.
Okay, because I'm like, we forgetting somebody, you know, but
Who?
Kanye.
The funny thing about that is, whatever you finna say, I probably agree, but I also still agree with him because I think he just that influential and that impactful. But that's just me, you know.
Kanye?
Yeah.
Yeah, like, I just feel like even though his past 10 years ain't been his best 10 rap years, I feel like his impact is still just like, it's there. And everybody, pretty much everybody that we even named, like he got
Of course.
some type of like influence. And that
Well, he
counts
ushered it in the 10 years prior.
Right. But so did Wayne.
Yeah, but Wayne was not number 1 though, in my opinion.
When? Ever?
I wouldn't say ever. So me and him also had a conversation where, in terms of who was number 1, was interchangeable between Kendrick and Future over the last, like, depending on the year.
Oh, over the past 10 years?
Yeah. Depending on the year.
Nah, Drake had one of them. Drake had that 2016.
Count.
when he doing it with Meek and stuff.
I disagree.
I damn near give it to Thug before I give it to him.
In 2016,
Yeah.
if you damn near give it to Thug, it's undoubtedly Future then.
What dropped in 2016 for Future?
Evil, Purple Rain, the album that helped propel.
What a time to be alive.
Exactly. I was finna say, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, the album that helped propel Drake to have the standing that he had in
Project
2016.
E.T.
You can't even put that. You can't put that on Drake.
Project E.T.
I'm
Married to the
gonna do
Game.
my homework.
Because
Too
what
Much
did
Sauce.
Drake even drop? Because in the midst of that whole feud with Meek, what helped like validate was the fact that What a Time Be Alive came out.
So Thug dropped Jeffrey. J. Cole dropped For Your Eyes Only. Ye dropped Life of Pablo. We got Blank Face. We got
See, and that's why I say yeah. 'Cause he
Untitled
just
by
was-
Kendrick.
He was whooping.
Coloring Book by Chance.
If
I don't even see Drake on
in my honest opinion, Drake never had a year outside of 2010.
there. Yeah, Future dropped Evil.
Drake
He
had
dropped Views.
Drake had 2010.
See, you forgot about that. You see how long it took too
I
long.
didn't. That wasn't some of his best work.
Drake had 2010.
That's not no.
He had 2010 and 2011.
2010.
Not 2011, bro.
Who had 2011? Kanye.
Pretty
Wait.
much.
Kanye, yeah. He had 2010.
When did
Thank Me Later.
No Ceilings come out?
2009.
That was 09?
Yeah.
Damn old. I thought that was like 2010, 2011.
But that's my point, bro. He didn't have no other year outside of that. Like, cause right after 2010 came Future and Kendrick.
Yeah.
Streets is Calling, Astronaut Status, Section 80, Good Kid, Mad City.
Pluto.
It was over with.
Yeah.
It's a wrap.
I ain't taking this J. Cole disrespect though.
Oh, it's no
he,
disrespect.
he was on there.
Cole never had it.
He was never the top artist.
He never had it.
No, he never was the top artist.
He was
I'll give you
whooping.
that.
He Sideline Story, as great of a success as it was the beginning of like his compromise
You mean in terms of what he wanted to put out versus what he was putting out?
and how he tried to like position himself then and since then, because like Cole has always been like, I'm that guy, but you never been that guy, and you never you never put out anything that would reflect in that. Cole, y'all remember Blue?
That's a rapper.
Yeah,
Yeah,
from California.
yeah.
Cole is Blue with a Jay-Z's cosign.
You say with a Rock Nation coat on.
And that's not to like, that's no dig at Blue, but it's like in terms of like what he's representing, like just kind of like the everyman rapper, like the regular guy who like raps well.
Right.
Like that was Blue.
I get what you said.
And Blue low key, see you don't know, but Blue to me is a much better rapper than Cole. So like he wasn't signed to Jay-Z.
So
Like Cole and Drake very similar.
when do you feel like when do you feel like Cole was at his peak and when do you feel like he started his decline?
It started with the Sideline Story.
That's crazy.
Friday Night Lights was Cole
Born
peak to
Sinner
me.
was good.
Born Sinner was okay.
Forest Hills Drive.
Forest Hills Drive was better than Born Sinner and Sideline Story.
Yeah.
Ebbs and
agree.
flows. We talking about I mean like successfully
Peaks and valleys.
Sure. But he never had a year though. Like he
Oh yeah.
Forest Hill Drive was you know,
That was
You say
that
that
was
was-
KOD was
the guy.
KOD, you know, KOD was I always
You know
say
what?
KOD was like, because that's when he started signing like Jid and Earth Gang and them, and like he had to get around some rap niggas that like helped him be a better rapper.
And you know what?
And that was
I
good
feel like
too.
that's what actually when it was the beginning of the end. That KOD.
Yeah.
I tried and
A
tried
lot of
and tried.
that's funny though, because a lot of people would say like that's when like they started to consider Cole as like one of the top niggas, because like from that point he was doing all these feature
but
verses.
he changed his flow.
He was doing all these feature verses and like was killing his features, and
His features,
he was
yes.
talking crazy and
Yeah.
he was la 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 and all, you know, but
Like feature wise, he was still good, but like body of work, he ain't put out nothing good after he did that Forest Hills Drive. I ain't gonna say nothing good, but like nothing like why I really go back and listen to like, man,
That's what I
what
was
a
finna
time
say.
when this album was out.
That's what I was finna say. I agree with you more that it was the beginning of the end with Sideline Story, but I could still say that is like probably the next best thing
What?
for him. Cole.
Wait, what's the next best thing?
Forest Hill Drive, yeah.
No, that was the successful peak.
Yeah.
The creative is successful peak. But like, I think his peak was Friday Night Lights.
That was definitely his ultimate.
Yeah, I mean,
And if he stayed
in that bag,
yeah.
he probably wouldn't be where he is.
Well,
today.
while
I
also
wouldn't even
growing,
say
while
that.
also growing like in terms of content and perspective
Yeah.
and like the message, because that's where he lacks in. It's like Cole keep trying to make College Dropout, Late Registration Kanye albums.
I get he not growing with his music. Yeah,
with his perspective
yeah,
and like what he in the actual music.
yeah. Like to that point, like the Kendrick albums, his shit aged with him. His music aged with him.
that was funnier than what it was supposed to be.
So I'm gonna get into that. It's the truth though.
Cause I ain't never thought about it like
He wanna
that,
be
but
the old
that's-
Kanye.
That's kind of
Yeah.
like almost.
I
Hey,
think-
to their no role models, that then it kind of makes sense.
And that shit funny.
What's funny?
That's
is,
why Kanye came at his guts. But it's like whatever, man.
one
daughter
day
got
it hit me,
it.
and I was just like, I'm tired of this nigga J. Cole rapping about other people's problems from his mansion.
But also like not even giving, because like another comparatively, like I feel like Cole is very similar like to like a Mos Def, but it's like
right,
Mos Def is gonna really take you there mentally.
right.
He gonna get into the construction of the industry and like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then also creatively it's gonna get into a whole nother bag with Mos Def. Like that's just what that is. But Cole is just like, you know, he's very mid grade, you know, palpable. He's palpable rapidy rap. He's palpable rapidy rap.
This man hates
All right,
J.
so
Cole.
look,
I don't stop with that.
I don't even want to. I don't want to turn this. I don't want to deter too much, but I got a question though. So with that statement in mind, what you think about like basically like people of his ilk, if you will. I ain't even gonna say too much, but of his ilk, like
Well, at one point they consider him and Kendrick of the same.
What that
right.
mean? People
I'm
of his
talking
ilk.
about presently, like so.
Like-
People like, if you go to
Break this shit down.
I get what you saying.
put it like this, like people you will put you looking on Apple Music, you scroll down, you see similar artists, them
Type
type
shit.
people. What do you think about his contemporaries, if you will? There you go. That's the word.
Successfully?
Creatively. What
So
do you-
people who like in his creative lane?
Yeah. What do you think? Like, because you said palpable rapidy rap. How many people are you saying who got better palpable?
Who got
or
better palpable
or on par or on par?
What's considered poppity pop rap? Let's start with that.
palpable.
What is it called?
Palpable.
Palpable. What's that? Let's start with that.
Palpable. What that mean? Like you can
Or palatable, my fault.
Oh, okay, palatable.
We hitting
that's
too
the
many,
word, yeah. We use too many
Okay,
syllables,
see,
too many
you said
P's.
Pappity pop pap pap.
Palatable rapidy rap. Yeah.
Palatable rap.
so
rap.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. What do I think about his contemporaries in that regard?
Yeah. Like, are they making better music?
So-
who making better music than him?
All right, so
who
look.
making on par music
So
than
look.
him?
It's
Who-
in that lane.
and what is they doing
So look,
comparatively creatively?
in
Nah,
that
I'm
lane.
just breaking down my question.
In that lane,
All right.
right? You got a nigga like Corday,
Okay.
but you got a nigga like Joy Badass.
Okay.
But them niggas boring to me.
And that's what I'm saying.
And
So,
similarly, they don't say enough.
that's what I'm saying. I guess what I'm
Creatively,
asking-
they don't do enough.
I
It's
think-
cool. You don't you like the nigga Amine?
I mean,
Another one.
That's what I'm saying. Who do you think is?
I think what it is that he don't think they opinionated enough. Maybe
what I'm trying to ask
They like-
specifically is this:
I just feel
Who
like
do you
it's
think
mediocre,
is a
whether it's the matter of
proper
opinion or
successor
creative output.
of a J. Cole?
So then there's a chance
Right.
who perspectively and creatively exceeds Buddy, in my opinion.
Yeah, for sure.
Then there's because it ain't just him. It's a couple niggas from Chicago.
But
and
these are really just successors of Kanye. I mean,
look what we talking about though.
We just
who is the most creative nigga of all?
No, of course, but I'm saying like
J. Cole?
look what Cole attempts to do.
I get what you're saying.
And so just from Chicago alone, Chance, Saba, Mick Jenkins, like
No
them niggas
Name.
in that no name, them niggas in that lane doing that shit way better than dude. And then even outside Chicago, even niggas that he signed, Earth Gang is like that to him.
JID.
You know what I'm saying? And we could probably, stretch and go further in that, but yeah, bro, like Cole he was just there first with the Jay-Z cosign.
Okay, so now I got a
I
better
get what he's saying.
with that point, I got a better question or another question now. Do you think J. Cole needed to crawl for everybody else that you just said needed to run?
Mm-hmm.
Or do you think Kanye did enough of the heavy lifting based on what you just said?
It was too big. It would have been too big of a gap.
No, it wouldn't. It'll happen anyway.
But with who though?
Somebody. It'll happen anyway. Cause it's not like Cole did it. Because Cole got into the public or the mainstream platform and didn't stay in that bag. He saw what was going on in the landscape. He saw his contemporary in a Drake and how he was coming, and that's where Sideline Story come in. And that was the compromise. It would have happened anyway at some point. Chance was gonna do what he was gonna do, bro.
Yeah, that was inevitable.
So you saying so with that point I just said, or just kind of perspective you just gave based on my question, would you kind of lean towards Kanye had more of a little reign?
Of course.
And then some.
I will say this though. The warm up and the come up and Friday Night Lights are very influential to the people that I'm speaking of who do what he do better though. It's just that. So maybe to your question of crawling and walking, it was necessary. His groundwork was necessary.
Yeah.
But after that, like Cole wasn't really.
You say he built the Tenchi
It
Bridge.
was more so after that point. I think a lot of his core fans was, he one of those dudes that got strong core fans, so they was invested in him regardless at that point.
Well, while also being platformed by like the biggest rapper ever.
That's fair.
So I just mean like creatively he set the tone for like what would be palatable,
Mm-hmm.
rapidy rap. You know what I'm saying? But there was other people doing that though. Like Wale was doing that. Big Sean was doing that.
Unfortunately,
Who
he's
else?
better than both of them to me.
Cole?
Yeah. At that point in time, he was better than what he was putting out better stuff than them. Not to say that he's completely better than them. That's another debate, but you think back.
I think it was on par.
It was on par, but I feel like still J. Cole was getting the edge.
I think Sean and Cole had pretty similar outputs.
In what years?
We talking like that 2009 and 10 and all that. Like Big Sean and Finally Famous 3.
That was good, but
this what you saying, bro. Drake's career was too big and he stole too much of Big Sean flow for him to really flourish how he's supposed to, because that's why Cole was able to stay his own. Because really, if you think about it, like you said, they on par.
Yeah.
It should have been if Drake wasn't taking so much of bro.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because I heard that recent. I don't know if y'all heard one of them recent songs off the album, Big Sean new album. But I'm like, bro, this sound familiar. I'm like, this you though. So how it sound familiar when it's you? I'm like, oh, this not somebody else was getting you before you. Could even be you. You know.
Man, to that point, after I seen all those social media clips come up with, just the original version with the original rapper and then Drake's
Yeah.
version, it's just, it changed. I ain't gonna lie. A lot of times it come on shuffle, and I'm like, nah, dog, this ain't even you. Let me go ahead and
This
next track.
Hey, that's hilarious.
This ain't
For
even
real,
you. It's
bro.
crazy.
That shit,
Changed forever.
yeah,
That's
like,
pretty funny to me because like I topped out of Drake's output once the Quentin Miller stuff started coming out
Bro.
Yeah, I knew about that, but
back in like 2016.
I didn't know it was as deep as it. Like he a serial flow stealing ass nigga. Like
I mean, not even just the flow
Habitual
stealing.
flow
It's just
stealer.
like it's just like for the most part, somebody laying the whole song down for you. Like you really, it's really just all manufactured. On the rap side though, and that's what's really like
yeah,
a issue. It's like on the rap side, like, cause everybody talk about that Mob Tie song, and it's like, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is.
Literally.
Like, I mean, but it was enough for me that like the damn near whole If You Reading This was not him, because that was like when I heard If You Reading This, I'm like, okay, I fuck with this. Like he's elevated his rapping and his songwriting and integrated himself into like what's going on right now. Just to come to find out that Quentin Miller and Party Next Door and whomever else, you know what I'm saying, from top to bottom was laying down the blueprint for him. It's like, man, Party Next Door should be the biggest fucking, you know what I'm saying? Quentin Miller should be out of here right now. Like
Exactly.
but
everybody that pretty much came up under bro should be flourishing way harder than they should be or are right now, or should have, whatever you want to call it. Like it shouldn't be these many. I don't even want to say it, but you know what I mean. I feel like niggas be understudies of somebody that modeled themselves after them.
like Jace from 2-9.
Yeah.
Like Jace from 2-9. You know, the whole like a lot of that 2015, 2016 Drake rapping is completely what Jace was.
Yeah.
And that's like, but he a low key underground Atlanta rapper. So I think that. So with all that being said, I mean, it's in terms of like what's reflective in this within the back and forth. It's a conversation centered around authenticity and intention, into like what is what within the culture creatively and in terms of message is upheld and maintained versus like someone who did those things versus someone who didn't do those things. And that's always been the point of contention between the both of them. Like, you know, you got one dude on one hand living in that, and you got the other dude on one hand more so just living for what's best for him and the dollar.
Yeah.
So it was never going to be smiles and handshakes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It don't mix. And that's why you could say that's why him and Future, you know, allegedly have issues. Because the only person that has confirmed the issue for real is Drake. Future ain't blatantly said nothing.
About Drake?
Like, even to the narrative that, like, We
Yeah.
Don't Trust You is a diss album. Like, I don't even agree with that.
It's not, but it is.
I don't agree with that. It's a statement.
Production wise, it's a diss album.
I think it's just a statement, bro. It's just like, it's just statements.
It's a statement, rap wise, I think. But you know, but yeah, I think yeah, bro got the better of Buddy, and that's just what it is.
Of course.
Of course.
Of course.
But it's gonna be an enjoyable next season in rap, if you will, for sure.
Oh,
I think it's gonna be quite interesting after
Next
this
6
bowl.
months, gonna be crazy.
After this bowl is gonna be a little, the landscape gonna be a little different, but it's gonna be something to look forward to for sure.
I mean, Kendrick still got to drop.
Right.
Drop.
Kendrick still got to drop. Drake ain't done dropping. He ain't going nowhere.
I'm curious as to the impact.
With that, you mean the impact on him and how, what the impact that he'll make, or how it's going to
on his
Will make
career.
on his numbers and career going forward.
So Steelo mentioned the matter of a lesson being learned in his regard. I mean, I would like to see a progression in Drake's perspective.
Yeah.
But I don't know. History shows where his
mental.
just what he values and what he puts forth. So, maybe it'll do it for him, maybe it won't. But
Tune in next time on the next episode of Dragon Ball Z.
it's on the next episode of Dragon Ball Z. It's crazy, bro. No final thoughts though.